Last season on the Geeky Dads Strike Back.
Okay, shit. Okay, why is the podcast rumbling? What the fuck's going on?
What the fuck is going on?
Seriously, Chris, why are you looking like that? What's happened?
Well, right. It's not a big deal. Right?
No.
It's not really anything. But what happened was I ended up getting a wish from a possessed book, as you do, and all I did was kind of try and make sure the last episode was like totally kick-ass and so on. And now we're being invaded by a load of Daves.
You are?
Oh, well, that's not good.
Perfectly run-of-the-mill stuff.
Perfectly run-of-the-mill stuff. Everything is shaking around us. Have you seen what the fuck's going on there? I've just seen a Dave dressed like a towel. It asked me if I wanted to get high.
All right, like Towley.
Yeah, a bit like Towley, but, you know, not Towley. Like more...
All right, yeah. That way we don't get sued.
The hell? Who are they in the corner? Have you seen them? Look at that one. Who are you?
Explorers! In the further regions of experience. Demons to some, angels to others. We have such sights to show you.
Please ignore my colleague. He spent a week in a love honey warehouse. Oh, we are the Council of Daves. We can save you. We have observed that your friend, the little furry one, has unleashed all the Daves in the multiverse and is now breaking apart.
Which one? We're all furry.
There is just one possible scenario. What you can do is you can get Craig to give a reach around to the gibbon of Port Conholio. All he must do is touch the tip and twist it, but 3 times.
Fuck that, I'm not giving a gibbon a reach around.
Okay. Oh, look, it's Craig.
Oh, fuck me in the butthole, there's Craig.
Oh, look, it's Craig.
Well, fuck yourselves then! Minion, bring me my thorny butt plug and a nettle cock ring.
What a butt munch.
Oh, this is just fucking great. First, Chris bloody dooms us by making that stupid fucking wish. Hope you're happy, Chris.
Yeah.
And now those fucking Daves have turned up and want Craig to give a reach round to a gibbon. Let's face it, he isn't that curious enough. There's only one thing for it. I think we've got to hit the reboot button. What do you think?
I think we hit the reboot button. I've got an idea. Let's just whack that reboot button all together.
We're hitting this reboot button, yeah.
I think so.
Chris?
Yeah, but well, do we have to? Because you know we're onto a good thing here, guys.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
we're getting there. We're getting there. Like, wait,
Okay.
is that a Dave that looks like a pirate?
Oh fuck that shit! No, yes, hit it now, right now.
Okay, you ready, boys? 1, 2, 3.
Let's go!
Initializing reboot now.
And now, the continuation.
And welcome to Season 2, Episode 1 of the Geeky Dads podcast.
Dude, no, no, you're getting it wrong again, mate.
What?
It's Geeky Dads Strike Back now.
Oh, for fuck's sake, right. Give me this gun. Where's the fucking gun?
Dude,
Right, here we go. Chris,
what the hell's
right.
that? No,
It's
what?
Should we
No,
fucking blast it?
Ian,
Right, come here.
Ian,
Right.
Ian, put it down.
Oh, fuck, not again.
Greetings, travellers, and welcome to the Geeky Dad Strike Back.
Hello.
Hey.
Well, it's certainly good to be back. It feels like it's been months since we actually sat down and recorded an episode, doesn't it?
It is, yeah. It's been quite a while.
I know. Let's face it. Right, let's just put it in perspective of how long it's actually been. I mean, I know we had an episode that was released last week, but that was because it's been worked on for months. But since we've last recorded an episode, we last time we had a queen. Now we have a king. We've had 2 prime ministers.
Yeah, one didn't last very long.
One didn't last very long at all.
Revolving door in it.
What was cabbage that lasted longer, or lettuce?
It was a lettuce. It was a lettuce. Actually, somebody went to a Halloween party dressed as that particular lettuce.
Yeah, seen that.
Yeah.
Did you see P Diddy's costume?
It was frightening. It was frighteningly good.
Yeah, it was too good. And then that other guy, don't know who he was, but he didn't realize who he was and started arguing with him. And then after he realized, he was like, "Oh fuck."
This is
I
realized I made an error.
Seriously, I've never seen anything like it. It was just top notch. I mean, I hate. The next person I'm going to talk about, I hate with an absolute fucking passion, and that is Kim Kardashian. But she did do a spot on Mystique.
Oh yeah.
Costume.
Mystique.
Yeah.
I've not actually seen that one.
Oh, honestly, just Google it.
I think Nicki Minaj did. Was it from The Simpsons? Marge.
Oh yeah,
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nicki. I don't call her Nicki Minaj. I call her Nicki Minaj.
Nice. Have you seen Heidi Klum's worm costume?
Yeah, and it will haunt my nightmares for the rest of my life.
It was absolutely genius.
It was, but it just had no.
I'll have to show Jenny.
Costume.
Jenny's not seen it yet.
Like that film where they sew people's heads to their bottoms, or
the human centipede.
No.
Yeah.
Look.
Oh dear God.
I'm just showing her. It is just an earthworm, basically. It's what I'd imagine is going to happen in June when the guy turns into the massive worm.
Spoilers.
Well, it's in the books. Come on.
Yeah, it's quite a few years off, I suppose.
She looks like a dinosaur's prehistoric penis that's been brought back to life. Like the penis didn't want to go extinct, so it evacuated itself from the dinosaur.
Nice. It's good to hear how your brain works. It's good for the podcast listeners as well.
Yeah, there'll be quite a lot of listeners probably running to the toilet, so they're probably just switching off right about now. Although it just pictures me of that scene from The Strain where the rock star's penis fell off and he just fell into the toilet when he's having a piss. Spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen or read The Strain yet. Sorry.
Remember the episode of Red Dwarf when Crichton gets a penis so he can be classified as a male and it escapes?
Oh, God.
Oh, fucking hell. I remember the one where he turned into a human and he said he was talking about his nipples not working.
Yeah.
And then
the left one gets a BBC radio.
Hold on, the penis turned into a human?
What?
The penis turned into a human?
What are you?
Crichton.
No, Crichton.
Oh.
From Red Dwarf. Sorry, I know a lot about Red Dwarf.
Yeah, I think that's something we have to sit down and discuss on another episode, I think. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I remember. I don't remember the one about his penis escaping. Was that series? What series was that?
God, it was one of the later series. So it was when it was still on BBC. Do you remember when they were when they got back to Red Dwarf? It was massive, and then they managed to. It started to shrink again. They got caught. They got put in prison.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then Crichton, because he's got no genitalia, he gets classified as a female and gets put with the females.
Yeah, I remember now. It's series 7.
Yeah, and then to like be with the guys, he basically makes himself a penis, but then it escapes at one point.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not as clued up on series 7 as I am because I didn't really watch that one as much.
To be fair.
No. I just remember when he turns human, he's reading what's it, Electronics Monthly, and he gets him
he gets an erection.
He's like, reading that magazine shouldn't give you a double.
Is that normal, Lister? No, it's not normal to get a double Polaroid thinking about electronics.
Why? Is it because he was the last human on Earth or something?
What? No, Crichton. Crichton's the robot.
See, I don't.
He goes. They go to this ship, and the ship has got this. It's called like a transmogrifier or something, I think.
Yeah.
And it basically deconstructs the molecules and puts them back together in any other form. And like at one point, he gets turned into a chicken, and then he gets turned into like something else and something else. But then they keep the cat keeps fiddling with the controls and just pushing random buttons.
Does the chicken talk?
No. And then all of a sudden, it transforms into actual real human. So
I would have preferred the chicken, especially if it talked.
No, it doesn't talk.
I would have been like, I'll have 10 of them.
Yeah. But yeah, that is actually, speaking of, that is one of my favorite Red Dwarf episodes. The Mutton Vindaloo monster.
Yeah. Only thing that can kill a Vindaloo. Beer.
It is very good. Anyway,
a little tiny RoboCop.
Okay, so come on, wait for me, I'm knackered. Anyway, I think we've gone way off on a big divergence. So just to say, we are back. I'm Ian Duffy, and this week I am joined by Mike Shellshire.
Yeah, it's me.
And Jenny.
Chris, formerly, sorry, I interrupted then. So, and Chris, but Jenny, formerly known as Chris for this week. No, it's Chris for this week.
Was it Chris? It's Craig, because Craig was missing. Was it Chris?
Oh yeah, no, it's Chris for this week.
Okay.
Hello, Jenny. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So, it was Halloween the other day. Did any of you watch any particular scary movies on that night?
Did we watch any scary movies? I don't think we watched anything scary lately, except for the thing we're going to talk about, which wasn't that scary.
I mean, I watched the value of the pound go down, and that was quite scary.
Yeah,
I just put on the news.
We watched Rishi Sunak get into office. That was pretty scary as well.
Yeah, I saw. I suppose looking at your electric and gas bills is probably terrifying as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's gone down a little bit now with the government freaking funding thing, but that's about it. It's only gone back to what it normally was.
Still, it's better than nothing, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's better than what it was when we were paying bloody too much.
Yeah, that's true. So there was besides the value of the pound going down, didn't particularly spend Halloween watching a film.
Yeah, we did. I'm trying to find the name of it because I forgot. Can you remember the name of it? The film we watched last night.
Oh, the one with the demon people.
No, the demon people?
What
are you on about? I don't remember anything with any demon.
One.
Oh no, we did watch that actually. that was a bit creepy.
Well,
yeah, we watched Wendell and Wild.
What's that?
It's by the guy who made Coraline.
Oh, okay.
That's really good. So he worked on Nightmare Before Christmas as well.
Henry Selick.
Corpse Bride. What? Sorry.
Henry Selick.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's on Netflix. It's just come out on Netflix. It's really good. It's not. I wouldn't say it was as good as Coraline, but it's still really
creepy
good.
And yeah.
It's very creepy and weird and like typical his style. I'm trying to figure out what was the one with the robot.
What did the robot do in this film?
It was the guy who built it himself.
Oh, something in Charles.
Yeah.
Oh.
Brian
and Charles.
That's it, Brian and Charles.
Mm.
So we watched that as well yesterday. That is very British daft comedy about a guy called Brian who lives in North Wales.
Yeah.
Who likes to make stuff in his garage, and he puts all this stuff together and decides, I'm going to make a robot, and he switches it on and it doesn't do anything at first, and then the next day he comes home from being out and there's something like rustling around outside, and he goes to find it, and it's the robot he built. And he gets to talk. It like brings it inside, and he goes to bed. And he wakes up the next morning. It can talk because it's read the entire dictionary. It is so ridiculous. Basically, it's just like
it's not like iRobot type of robot. It's like your kid put stuff in a basket, and then somehow it's moving about.
Yeah, the guy's got like a washing machine body. And there's a whole washing machine. Literally, it's just a bloke with a washing machine on him, and
a mannequin head,
and a mannequin head on the top of it. That's just on a stick.
Super glued some hairs on it.
Yeah, and it's just on a stick basically. But it's so ridiculously funny.
I think I've seen a trailer for that. Has it got? Oh, it's a comedian, isn't it? The fellow out of Afterlife.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Let me just David Earl.
Yeah.
No, it's not the guy from. No, it's not who you think it is. You're thinking the guy who's on 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown. I think.
No, I'm thinking the guy who was in the first series. He's got a house that she's the hoarder, and she's got loads of stuff in his house.
David Earl. David Earl. Is he on Afterlife? I don't know if he is, to be honest. Oh, yeah, he was. Oh, no, is it? Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I've seen a trailer for that. It looks quite old. I've been on TV. It looked really good.
I'd watch it. It's it's brilliant.
Oh, well, you know what? I'll definitely give it a try then. And I think I did post on our socials my Halloween playlist for this year.
Yeah.
So I had Werewolf by Night. The original Halloween, 1978. Then I had Ghostwatch, what we're going to be talking about in a little bit. And then I had Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. To be fair, I only ended up watching one of those, and that was Ghostwatch. But I ended up watching The Exorcist on BBC Three. So I ended up catching that. And over the weekend, I caught a documentary called Pennywise about the making of the original It miniseries in 1990.
Oh.
And then, funnily enough, on Sky Sci-Fi, which I recorded, was the original miniseries as well. So I've still got that to watch. So we'll be still catching up with lots of horror shows and horror films over the next week or so, I think.
Cool.
But I would definitely recommend the Pennywise documentary. I mean, it's got interviews with like most of the cast, and you realise that quite a few of them died.
Yeah, from the original.
Yeah. So the little lad, the lad who played, I forgot his name. Will. Is it Will? Bill. Sorry, Bill.
Remember.
But yes, original actor who played Bill. He died from suicide, and then obviously John Ritter, who played a grown-up Ben, he died a few years ago, and the actor who played Richie as an adult, he died. And obviously, poor Tim Curry's had a stroke, and he's. I mean, he was doing a documentary with him, but it's still quite sad to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you have many trick-or-treaters?
Well, because where we live is like secured, so nobody can really get in.
Those gremlins are getting in.
No. I had loads of sweets in, but like if anyone did knock on the door, they could have had some. But
absolutely not.
I've got to give them some of my sweets.
No.
Mine to give away. I would just give him some hamster food.
Put it in a little baggie. Like, sorry, kids.
Or some
Times are hard.
Some dreamies.
I was speaking to my mum, and she had 10. We only had 3, but 10 people knocking the door, which for for Halloween over the past few years is quite a large amount. We only had 3, and Ezra was up, and he went to the door, saw one kid wearing like this glow in the dark like purge mask, and I'm like, God, he hid behind me. He was terrified. Wouldn't refuse to go to the door after that. But this is also the same kid who loves Darth Vader, talks nothing about Darth Vader, wears a Darth Vader outfit, watches Darth Vader cartoons, saw a Darth Vader at Comic-Con, shit himself and hid behind me.
Oh.
I've seen loads of videos this year of like kids going out and like they're literally just dressed as them, like how these like kids ride round on the bikes at the moment. Balaclava, North Face jacket.
Cat wig.
Bottoms.
That's the thing. You get to a certain age and you just want to hang out with your friends and go out at night and just get free candy. I just put on like a t-shirt and jeans when I was a teenager. Got my
No, we actually tried when we were kids.
Did you guys use your like pillowcases as well, or is that?
Oh no.
You just get plastic fans and a bin bag.
Plastic.
So black plastic bin bag, vampire teeth, maybe a bit of blood around our lips, and maybe some of those like rubbery, plasticky like fingernails. So he's either bin bag vampire or bin bag witch. That was like the 2 options you had.
Yeah.
But I was saying, I was saying in a previous podcast, I went over to California when it was 1988, so it was 7. So this might like Halloween wasn't as big over here as it is now. I mean, I spent Halloween in America. I went trick or treating with a friend of my cousin's family. So I was dressed up as a vampire, not a bin bag one. Actually, had a full outfit, face, makeup, everything was brilliant. And I remember one of the first houses I went to the garage, and there's this like coffin in the. I think I've told this story before, but if anybody hasn't heard, I'll tell it again. And it looked like the woman dressed like Lily Munster, I should say, in the coffin. I just thought it was a mannequin, something like that. So I walked over to look in. I swear to God, there's a picture, and I'll have to find it and post it if I ever find it. I know there's a photo of it, and the woman just sat upright, didn't say a word, didn't boo, just sat upright, hands me this like little pack of M&Ms, and I shit myself. I was terrified. There's a picture of me hiding behind my mum. Thinking it was actually brilliant, but honestly, it was like the biggest first proper time I've ever properly shit myself. Besides that time when I was watching when I saw Thriller for the first time and Michael Jackson fell to the ground, turned around, had big teeth and yellow eyes, which is a completely different story, which I'll probably tell again one day. But yeah, so that was my
Michael
first
Jackson
Halloween.
giving you nightmares, did he?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sure he gave a lot of children nightmares. Yeah.
But yeah, so that actually led to almost lifetime. I mean, even to this day, if I see anything with big teeth and yellow eyes, I shit myself.
Don't hang around Murder Show, then.
Mike, you should remember I spent 28 years in Murder Show.
All the liver failure around there. Like, I mean, they've got less teeth now, though. So you get many big teeth, but definitely yellow eyes.
Oh, definitely. So, I mean, over the past few months, have we been watching anything? Have you been like binging anything? Big films?
Not films, but I've been for the last 6 years trying to finish The Walking Dead.
Oh,
so we restarted it right from the start.
Started it right from the start, and I've just been kind of binge watching that.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, I've screamed a couple times. To be fair, had to grab the cat.
Had to grab the cat.
She does. And the poor cat just gets ragged off the floor and gets wrapped up into like a blanket and just get like squeezed.
Burrito, I call it.
Oh, what?
A burrito, like instead of a burrito, it's a
Yeah, I get it. A burrito, that's probably the best I've ever heard. It's a scratchy. I mean, it's a scratchy. It'll be very scratchy. I'm assuming, but yeah.
Not if you wrap them up in a burrito.
Yeah, they just can't escape then.
That's absolutely brilliant. Well, I mean, and you know, Ez was just gotten to this show called Bluey, which is possible. I've spoken in the past how watching lots of TV shows for toddlers has led me to actually fantasize about the bloody deaths of many of the characters. This is actually the first kid show I can actually watch and makes me laugh. And yeah, there's an episode which I've watched many times where the dad takes the two kids to a Chinese while he's waiting for food, and the chaos that ensues just reminded me of my life. Just having two kids trying to control them while you're waiting for food.
What's it called again?
Bluey. It's on Disney Plus. It's an Australian show. It's probably one of the best kid shows I've ever watched.
All right.
Yeah. So if anybody's got kids, watch Bluey. I swear to God, it's better than Daniel Tiger. Maybe, yeah, better than Hey Dougie, and about 1,000,000 times better than Fireman Sam. Wells, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately. So there's a book that is out tomorrow, or as of recording, November 3rd, called Garth Marenghi's Teratome. I mean, I'm a big, huge Garth Marenghi's Dark Place fan. So I listened to a podcast called This Is Horror today, actually, and he was interviewing him, and it's just like really good. And I mean, if you listen to this podcast, I'm assuming that you have at some point heard of Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. If you haven't, it's on E4. It's got Matt Berry in from What We Do in the Shadows, Richie Aviade.
I love that.
So it's only 6 episodes from 2004, so it's 18 years old now, but it's an absolutely brilliant show. You can binge it in a few hours, and I swear if you just like weird, bizarre, crap 80s throwback humor. That's not crap. Just a throwback to cheesy TV shows from the 80s. You will love this show. It's also got like a lot of cast from the Mighty Boosh. It's got Noel Fielding and the other fella whose name I can't remember at this point. But yeah, watch it. It's brilliant. I love it. But what we'll do is now we're going to move on to the subject of today's episode, and that is Ghostwatch. Now, Ghostwatch turned 30 years old on Halloween this year. Now, I'm just going to read you the IMDb breakdown of what the show was, and then we're going to have a talk about it. So just give me a second. The BBC gives over a whole evening to an investigation into the supernatural. 4 respected TV presenters and a camera crew attempt to discover the truth behind the most haunted house in Britain. Expecting a light-hearted scare or two and probably uncovering the hoax. They think they're in control of the situation. They think they are safe. The viewers settle down and decide to watch just for a laugh. 90 minutes later, the BBC and the country was changed, and the consequences are still felt today. Now, talking about how people went into this thinking that it's just a good light-hearted laugh. The thing about this was it was a drama. However, it was advertised as like basically best way I can describe it was like a very early version of Most Haunted. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. I mean, Most Haunted's not been on for a few years now. So if anybody doesn't know what Most Haunted is, it was like a show where a woman called Bette Fielding, her husband, and like parapsychologists would go into it was like a haunted house, and they would like do recordings, look for spirits. There was a medium on there called Derek Akora. I mean, and there's a famous like comedy clip about Mary Who Likes Dick. So if you ever want to look that up, but yeah, so I think we all went into this just thinking it was it's just a Halloween. They're going to do a visit to a supposedly haunted house and see if anything comes of it. I mean, it had Sarah Green from Going Live, Mike Reid, who was Sarah Green's husband, who was from Top to Pops, and Michael Parkinson, who was a well-respected TV interviewer, and then you also had Craig Charles from Red Dwarf fame. He was like the man on the street interviewing the members of the public. However, it was opening as a Screen One drama, which means it was scripted. However, a lot of people, including myself, when they tuned in, just missed the first few minutes and was thought they were actually watching something that was real. Now, we all sat down to watch this. So I'm going to pass over to Mike and Jenny and see what their thoughts on it was.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start off because obviously I did watch it when it first got released.
Yeah.
I was 7 years old, but I was allowed to watch it. I think it came on quite early as well, didn't it? It was like 7 p.m. at night. It wasn't like late.
I actually looked on the BBC listings for this, and it was actually showing it from 9. I think it was 9 o'clock or 9:25 that evening.
Right? Was it on a Friday or something? Because
it was a Saturday night. It was Halloween, so it fell on a Saturday that year.
That explains it then, because I was allowed to stay up.
Mm-hmm.
So I sat and watched it on my little portable TV in my bedroom.
Yeah,
and I didn't know it was fake, and I was 7 years old, so it scared the shit out of me. Like, to be fair, rewatching it now, I've no idea how it scared me. At all. The acting's terrible, absolutely terrible. Bar 2 people, and the 2 people is the youngest kid. She's quite good at acting, and Craig Charles, because anything he acts in, he sounds exactly the same. I think that's just how he is in real life. If you watch him as Lister in Red Dwarf, that's what you get. If you see Craig Charles, he's Lister from Red Dwarf. He's exactly the same. He was exactly the same on friggin' Robot Wars. So they're the only 2. The others, Yvette Fielding, was it?
Yeah, no, Yvette Fielding did Most Haunted. It was Sarah Green from Going Live.
Yes, it was Sarah Green. Her acting was like so bad, and it was in the studio. Michael Parkinson.
Yeah, Michael Parkinson.
That was, even his acting was terrible. Then again, he wasn't an actor, was he? Really? So
no,
it was a TV host. But yeah, it was so bad. But there's some very funny moments in it.
Absolutely.
What would I say? Do you know what scared me the most was when I was a kid, was right at the end when actually there was 2 moments. One where you heard the banging, and then they went to the cupboard to open the cupboard, and it was just Craig Charles in the cupboard fucking about.
Oh yeah, that was at the beginning.
Yeah, that scared me when I was a kid. At first, when I heard the banging, I was like, "Oh shit, what's that?" It was just Craig Charles in the cupboard fucking about. And obviously the very end bit as well, which I'll let you explain in a bit. What did you think, Jenny?
I mean, are we going to talk about what's under the stairs?
Yeah, well, we both absolutely. I completely forgot about this.
So did I. Yeah.
Yeah. I completely forgot about it when she goes. My husband used to go down, go on,
like
into the basement. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a stairway under the stairs that goes down to the basement. My husband used to use it for like doing, was it art projects or something?
Oh, photography. It was photography.
Photography, that was it. Yeah, he used to go and develop photos and do photography. We call it the glory hole. We pissed ourselves laughing. I fell off the sofa because I was laughing so much. And then they keep referring to the glory hole.
It's made it worse.
And the best part is the fact she refers to her and her husband going down there using the glory hole.
I'm taking photographs. Relax. I just want to take some photographs. Relax.
I did notice that she did allude to it being her ex-husband. So do we think that the glory hole had something to do with it?
I remember it being all over like the news like the next week, and like kids couldn't sleep and they wouldn't go to school, and
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you. I mean, I know my friends, like a lot of my friends, like as adults now, didn't really pick up on it, or didn't like remember it.
I
But a lot of
watched it and kind of found it a little bit creepy and weird, but then like straight afterwards, I just switched over to something else and just cracked on with my life. It didn't bother me in any way.
I don't remember ever being like terrified. I mean, by the end, I was quite exhilarated.
Yeah, it was kind of like Blair Witch before Blair Witch, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because, well, unintentionally though, because with Blair Witch, they intended for people to think that it was actually real footage.
Yeah.
I remember getting Blair Witch before it got released, downloading it off the internet. I'm sure they released it purposely on the internet. Yeah, definitely, because it was like too good quality. And it was like released onto the internet before release. And it was going around everywhere and people were like, this is real footage. And that was before it had been released. And by the time it got to the cinema, everybody knew it was fake.
Yeah. I remember about the Blair Witch. I think a friend of the family had it on VHS from America, and I put it on. I was sitting in my bedroom. Honestly, that film was so boring. I fell asleep. I found it boring. What I did like about it though was the fact that the makers actually used the internet, and this is like 90, 98, 99, 99. So this is when the internet websites viral campaigns were really in its infancy. And looking back, it was actually really clever because they did just create this use viral marketing, using websites. Like they created websites for missing people, websites for the Legend of Blair Witch. It was really clever marketing. Wow, I think that's what really fed the flames of the film. I think the marketing in that film was probably the most scariest part because it did make you think it was real. Then the film was like just 90 minutes of me getting a good night's kip.
I know at the end, at the end is he stood in the corner at the end of Blair Witch. They were supposed to cut, they were supposed to pan around and you'd seen the witch, but apparently there was some sort of problem at the time, and they couldn't do it for some reason. I'd have to Google it again to find out exactly what happened.
Yeah,
but they couldn't do it for some reason. And then later on, the guys who made it were interviewed, and they were like, "It was a good job, really, because it looked absolutely shite. It would have just gave the whole thing away."
Yeah, I think
more scary as it ended that way.
I say it's boring, but the ending was actually quite good. Just that woman was just screaming the entire time, and when she finally got killed,
the guy just stood in the corner.
Yeah, I think it was the guy. Honestly, I think there was one theory that he was like the guy stood in the corner was actually the killer, and he's about to kill her or something, or somebody was going to kill her. Either way, he's probably just trying to get away from her screaming.
Yeah, I mean, literally, they were supposed to pan over and you'd see the witch, but there was a big cock up and they couldn't do it for some reason. Yeah. I think the footage cocked up or something.
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, talking of Blair Witch, this comes from Wikipedia. So the makers of the Blair Witch Project were reported to have seen the film before going to make their own movie. However, when he was asked about on a podcast called Diminishing Returns, the film's director, Eduardo Sanchez, stated, this is word for word from Wikipedia. So Eduardo Sanchez stated that he was not made aware of the film until after the Blair Witch Project was released. However, the creative team behind the 2020 British Zoom-based computer screen horror film Host, that's what's called, Host, credited Ghostwatch as an influence. The co-writer, Jed Shepard, was on a podcast. He was saying that the co-writer said when they were making this film, it was their version of Ghostwatch. And apparently, the film's got a lot of Ghostwatch references, so I'm going to have to have a look at that because even displays the Zoom caller ID as 31/10/1992, which was the date that Ghostwatch. Yeah. Which is really good. So I have to look that up. What's it called? Host. So I'll look at that, and maybe by the second part, I'll come back and have a bit more on that. So let's talk about the ending and then the fallout. So it's the house. So later on, the young girl, she's now getting possessed. She's covered in scratches. She's talking in that weird voice, and she gets Suzanne disappears into the glory hole.
Oh dear. And you just hear sucking sounds afterwards, don't you? Like some sort of demon just like it's eating something or like sucking the blood out of her.
Yeah, trying to get that poison out really hard. But Sarah Green.
But it was fucking Uncle Dave, wasn't it?
No, so I think Sarah Green does try to go in to save her, but she ends up getting dragged into the glory hole herself.
I need a minute. Oh my God.
So I think this is when this shit hits the fan now. So you got Suzanne and Sarah in the glory hole doing God knows what, and then I think the action all goes to the studio. Then where I just remember it's just
that's when it gets ridiculous.
Yeah. So you're getting the really strange wind sounds, and then everybody's fleeing, and then Parkinson's just sat.
Yeah. And the cats.
Yeah.
The cats. I forgot about the cats.
The cats, yeah. It sounds to me like they need a burrito.
It's come full circle.
Got straight back to the beginning.
That's all the sound of that was. It was just Jenny watching it, like hugging the cat and the cat trying to escape.
But I think the sound of the cats going back. So they interviewed like some of the neighbours, didn't they? And they said that somebody who lived in the house hung themselves where the glory hole was, where the body was eaten by cats.
Yeah.
So maybe the cats, but I think it then ended on this, the screen going dark and just a shadow of Michael Parkinson being possessed by pipes, and then it cut to black and then went to the credits.
I think the wind threw me off. I'm not gonna lie. If it wasn't windy,
yeah,
it was it was just the paper flying about, or I don't know.
I just don't think they should have cut back to the studio at all. Or like if they did cut back to the studio, they should have just like started to like, so we're going to try and get this back, and then it should have just started like breaking up and like gone to like static.
Yeah.
And then maybe just showed a scary face or something.
I was thinking exactly that the same. Yeah.
It should have just been a massive jump scare at the end.
That would have worked out really good.
Oh, freaking jump scares. The ones that get me are the ones that crawl from the very, very far away really, really quickly.
Yeah, that's really, really my mouse you just threw across the room.
Sorry.
What was it? I think that I think the biggest jump scare for me will always be Insidious. It was Insidious. The talking to the dad, and next to that red face, yellow-eyed demons right behind him. I shit myself. I was 30 years old, and I jumped off the sofa.
I think two of the biggest like jump scares I've ever had in my life, both of them, funnily enough, alien games, computer games.
Oh yeah.
One of them, the first one was when I was younger. I was playing the original Alien versus Predator.
PS1.
On PC. And I was playing as the alien, and there's this bit, and you're crawling around because you could crawl up the walls and everything like that. And I come to this like bit. It's on the second level, and you come around the corner, and all you can hear around the corner is
like a vibrating.
That's exactly how it sounds. Yeah. And then you're like, "What the fuck's that noise?" Because you haven't heard it up until this point. And then you come around the corner, and it's an automatic Gatling gun, and it just goes really fucking loud and kills you instantly. It shit me up so bad. And the other one that like nearly gave me a heart attack was I was playing Alien Isolation, which is a scary game anyway. It's full of jump scares.
Yeah.
But I was playing that, and To be fair, it was the middle of the day. I had
Mhm.
headphones on though, so
Oh.
like, and I lived in another block at the time. I was on the 6th floor, top floor apartment, and sitting playing this game, and then 2 heads popped up in the window, and I'd only lived in this like apartment for a month or two. 2 heads popped up in the window, 6 floors up. 2 heads popped up in the window. I shit myself. It was the fucking window cleaners. They were on a cherry picker coming to me. I fell off the fucking sofa. They were howling, laughing at me. I'm like, I'm playing a game.
Oh,
That's
I
funny.
can't do horror games. Like I played Clock Tower 3 when I was a child, and
Clock Tower.
yeah, like that constant piano in the beginning, and I basically just hid under a bridge when I was being chased by some ghost, and I just hid under a bridge. In real life, I was waiting 30 minutes. I was so scared I couldn't move my character out of the bridge from the game.
Well, I'd say VR horrors have got like desensitized me to normal like PC games now. VR horrors are just something else.
Oh my god,
It's too scary.
I tried. Mind you, I'm not very. What's the word? Very good with the controllers. I don't really know what I'm doing, so I just thought, I'll just jump into a zombie VR game. I'll be fine. I'll figure it out. I was screaming. I nearly ran into a wall. I can't cope.
There's one VR horror game. I can't remember what it's called. I was playing, and there's this bit, and they've nicked it off Silent Hill because it was in one of the Silent Hill games. But you're walking through this forest, and you get to this tree, and there's loads of dolls hanging by the neck, like literally being hanged. And you walk past them. Just as you get past them, you hear like babies crying, and you turn around, and they're alive babies wriggling in the nooses. It shit me up so fucking bad because you're just not expecting. You just hear the crying, turn around, and they're all like, like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think what was mine? 1998. Sorry, 2008. Get me wrong. Yeah, 2008. Dead Space. The week it came out, I picked it up and I played in the middle of the night. And that first level, I swear, I had to sleep with the lights on for a few days because it's just the atmosphere, and when that game is just jump scares.
It is, yeah. All of the Dead Space games were really good, to be fair, for jump scares.
Except the third one, that was shite.
The third one it took a while before you got any jump scares.
Mm.
2 was amazing.
Oh yeah, 2 was really good. Gachi are doing they're doing a remake of that, aren't they? So that'll be out soon.
What, a remake of the first one?
Yeah.
I know they're remaking System Shock. That was
Are they?
Yeah.
Apparently remaking Silent Hill as well.
Really?
Yeah, I was listening to the This Is Horror podcast with Matthew Holness. Him and the host were just talking about that they actually are like doing a remake, and they've even got the original composer back to do it.
Yep, fully fledged remake of System Shock, release date March 2023. They're remaking the original Silent Hill. Did you say?
Yeah. Yes. Let me just look it up. Sorry, Silent Hill 2 remake announced.
Oh, 2 is actually better than 1, to be fair. So that would be better. Yeah, 2 was really good. The like the very beginning when you first turn up to that road and you have to walk down the path and you keep running for ages and ages and you're like, am I going the right way? Because it just keeps going for ages and ages and ages before you get into Silent Hill.
Yeah, they've uploaded the trailer. There's a teaser trailer as well. Looks like that scene just described actually on the screen.
Oh right, yeah. You start off and it's like there's like a public toilet at the beginning, and then you can come out with a public toilet and then go across the road, and there's a path that takes you down. You can tell I played that game a lot, can't you?
Yeah.
I love that game.
It's like me with Resident Evil 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I liked the first couple of Resident Evil games, but then I got kind of lost with the rest of them.
Yeah.
I played the remakes of the first two. They're really good.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
Stick with the Fly Guys and
the fourth one's been released in VR now, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, they have done a VR version of it. Yeah, I think it's on. What do you call it? Oculus. I think so.
Yeah, I've got the Oculus there, so I might have to give it a go because I've never played 4, and I know Village was based on 4.
Yeah, 4 is just 4 is my favorite. First one I ever completed as well. So.
I completed the first 2.
Oh,
Kenny's just on the straight over my head like motion.
Okay, well, let's just move back to just finishing this up. So now this show does have the reputation of being actually considered to be like the first show to apparently to give kids PTSD. So I was looking at the Wikipedia page.
What, Watership Down didn't?
Apparently not.
All right.
Okay, so there was a report published in the British Medical Journal in '94 and described 2 cases of Ghostwatch-induced post-traumatic stress disorder in children, both 10-year-old boys. And I'm just reading this from Wikipedia. They stated that these were the first reported cases of PTSD caused by a television program. Responses to this article described further 4 cases of children aged between 11 and 14, as well as 1 case of an 8-year-old that stemmed from watching the pre-Watershed hospital soap Casualty. Now, these respondents also noted the potential for similar reactions in elderly people. However, the article concludes that the rapid resolution of the children's symptoms suggests that the children suffered brief anxiety reaction to the television program, although they may have exhibited some features of post-traumatic stress. So it didn't cause PTSD. It did cause anxiety, which did have some side effects that would be similar to post-traumatic stress disorder, basically. So that's another rumor debunked.
I mean, why so weak?
Why so weak?
My mom was taking me to
reference to Uncle Roger.
Yeah, sorry. My mom was taking me to all sorts of just horror films when I was a kid. As long as your parents tell you, and you know this isn't real, and that will be fine.
I was 12 years older than my younger sister, and I got really into horror films when I was about 16. I think most 16-year-olds do get into horror films. And I got Evil Dead 1 and 2 and watched them. But my younger sister, who's 12 years younger than me, sat and watched them with me. And she'd become obsessed with them first 2 films so much that she'd literally say to my mum, I want to watch Evil Dead. I want to watch Evil Dead. And my mum was like, why have you let her watch this? She's obsessed with it now.
I mean, I remember I was in elementary school and it was Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark books. I had, I don't know if you guys ever read them, Scary Stories. It's like a book with several small short stories, but it also had the creepiest artwork to go with the story as well. But as a kid, it's like I think some people are more inclined to like horror than others.
I think we had a lot of fucked up stuff like that when we were kids, though. I mean, Roald Dahl alone was enough, you know.
True. George's Marvelous Medicine basically just turned his grandmother to a giant chicken.
I'll have 10 of those.
Didn't load of kids start mixing up like all the stuff from under the sink as well and creating fumes?
Probably.
I'm sure after that book came out, there was problems with kids just getting all the stuff from underneath the kitchen sink, putting them all in a bucket, and then it'd create fumes like chlorine gas.
Did you guys ever read Goosebumps? Yeah.
No, that was after my time. It was Point Horror when I was a kid.
Well, Goosebumps was around when we were younger.
Yeah, but I think I'd aged out by then. I was reading proper horrors then.
There was what's that? Started watching on Netflix actually. Forgot to mention series called The Cabinet of Secrets or the
Cabinet of Curiosity.
Yeah, that's it.
First episode, it's brilliant.
Guillermo del Toro, isn't it?
Yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes and Lovecraftian horror right down my alley. Absolutely loved them.
I was telling Mike, it
I've
reminds
not
me.
watched it yet.
It reminds me of when I was a kid. There was this like, what was I saying? The creepy skeleton-looking thing.
Creep Show, was it?
I think that's
Creep Show.
what it's called. It reminds me of that, but like more like a kind of not a remake, but it along those lines.
An anthology, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things. He had Creep Show, yeah. Funnily enough, I remember this because that night's still burning into my memory. I turned over because there was a horror marathon on BBC Two that after Ghostwatch finished, and the film that was on was Creep Show. First time I watched that, so I watched that for the first time. But yeah, it's. I think it's a brilliant. I mean, I've only watched the first 2 episodes, and I will be going back to watch over the next weekend. It's Guillermo del Toro. It's proper. It's proper horror. Yeah, it's good.
It's really good. I think
it's psychological, isn't it? I think I'd like it as well.
Yeah, I think it would. It's really good. I'm really looking forward to the next few episodes. But it's a bit like, I suppose, those anthology shows, but it's Guillermo del Toro at the beginning, giving like he's the host. Giving you like a bit breakdown, then boom, you're into the episode. It's like the Twilight Zone. It's like all of those shows, but it's. So I think what we'll do, we'll wrap it up for this week, and we'll be back next week with a couple more of us. We'll be discussing Ghostwatch a bit further. Thank you very much, Mike, for joining us this week.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jenny, for joining us this week and back again.
Thank you. And
It's
remember,
okay.
If you have a cat, put him in a little burrito.
It's okay. I'm just going to shoot you with a laser now.
Bye, Jenny. You're not coming back.
But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Thanks very much for joining us, and we'll be back on the next episode with Ghostwatch Part 2.
Bye-bye.
Bye.